Even before Amazon's Rings of Power has come out on their streaming service, we get articles like this. Lord of the Rings Rings of Power team already fears racist backlash against cast. Where have we heard this before? Where has this been spouted before? Well, it's not that long ago. A lot more recent than you think. Let's see. Not that long ago, May 23rd, 2022, Lucasfilms warned Obi-Wan star Moses Ingram about racist Star Wars hate. It will likely happen. What kind of mentality do you have that you you generalize, you group all sorts of criticism as racist. You group all sorts of criticism as misogynist, racist, bigotry. Are people getting tired of this yet? This fall will provide a hearty feast for all fans of fantasy. No, it won't. We have Game of Thrones, House of Dragons, spin-off series that nobody really asked for. A lot of George R. Martin fans, they want him to finish the books he's on, but he's too busy doing convention shows and helping write other things instead of finishing the book series that the fans have been waiting for going on over a decade now. Anyway, Disney talks. Let's see, Star Wars latest epic Andor. Now, I do believe Andor has the opportunity to be a good show because it's going in a new direction. It doesn't seem like it's focusing on the Skywalker family with Leia and Han Solo and all that other stuff. It's taking a new character from Rogue One and giving him more of a backstory. Some of the trailers outside of the modern weapons that they didn't even try to sci-fi up. Besides that, it looks like Star Wars. So there is hope there. Remains to be seen. However, we get Prime Video's upcoming Lord of the Rings universe, Lord of the Rings Rings of Power, which just looks to be fan fiction. So much going on in the trailer, so much going on in all the different snippets all the trailers and the interviews with the cast and the so-called super fans has not left actual fans of Tolkien's work with very much hope, not too much optimism there, to the point where the videos that get pushed out get downvoted into oblivion. The Lord of the Rings fans, they're not interested in this, and it will likely be seen in the ratings unlike anything we've seen before. However, this article is trying to paint a picture before anything even comes out. Real life trolls have already started voicing their gripes about Ismael Cruz Cordova. I don't think I pronounced that right. A black Puerto Rican man playing an elf, as well as young Galadriel. I'm not even trying. A woman on the show who apparently doesn't look feminine enough. Well, the unfortunate fact is maybe I'm not watching the right videos. And I've watched quite a few criticizing every single trailer that Amazon has put out. None of them have mentioned Galadriel not looking feminine. They have an issue with her wearing armor and going into battle because that was never mentioned in any of Tolkien's books or any of his writings. But this is simply an assumption on Amazon's writer's part. That's why I'm calling it fan fiction. And as far as Ishmael Cruz, a lot of the criticism deals with his haircut. You're talking about a fantasy setting where he's got a pretty darn perfect haircut. Who's doing that? Ah, I don't know. That's kind of funny. I guess in the first age, second age, I guess the barbers were plentiful. And they all died out after the fact. So most of the criticism I've seen deals with the setting. How Tolkien described the elves, how Ishmael doesn't really look like he fits the part. Personally, I couldn't care less. I do take issue with the look. I take issue with the hairstyle. It doesn't fit in the setting. I take issue with um wow. I take issue with Princess Disa's the dwarf princess. I take issue with her skin tone only because dwarves lived underground. It's not a lot of sun underground. Her skin tone doesn't make sense based on the setting. If they want to do it, sure, knock it out the park. If it's a good story, if it's well told, well performed, well acted, all those things, I'll eat crow. I'll eat crow all day long. We'll have to wait and see. But the way they're advertising, the way they're pushing everything to the forefront, it's nothing but diversity, inclusion, and modern day, and this and that. How can you sit there and want to add any sort of modern take on a fantasy setting, on an established fantasy setting? Especially, I mean, how do you think fans are going to react when, if the story comes out and it's garbage? What's your excuse going to be? That's why we get articles like this. They're already playing their trap card, racist backlash. If you call everybody racist now, you're not allowed to criticize it. If you criticize the black female dwarf, well, you're racist. No, we're criticizing the character, her lack of a beard. Where's the explanation of anything about her? There is none because it's fan fiction. I hope she knocks it out the park. I hope Ishmael knocks it out the park. The fans want nothing more than a good story. They're tired of the rhetoric. They're tired of being called a bigot because they're criticizing the direction they see it going. And if all they're going to do is come out and talk about their fear of racist backlash against the cast, just like they did here with Riva's character, that people criticized because they didn't think she acted. She did. They felt like it was poorly acted. Her story was nonsensical. But if all you're going to do is come out and criticize the fans for being racist, even the fans who aren't racist are going to turn off your show. You're going to lose all that money, and you'll have no one to blame but yourself.